Welcome to the warm-up exercise for the Why Am I podcast called The Fantasy Restaurant. In here, my guests get to pick their favorite drink, appetizer, main, side, and dessert. Anything goes. So we start by setting the weather and then working backwards, which is just how it should be, honestly. I don't know what I want until I know kind of what the atmosphere is going to be like. The atmos, it's got to have the right atmos. Anyway, Liz invents the mushroom situation, which I'm definitely here for, and I think you should be as well. So I hope you enjoy this meal with Liz. Liz, thank you for joining me in the fantasy restaurant today.
Thanks for having me, Greg.
Yeah, absolutely. So I will be your waiter today, Greg, and I hopefully, I've always wondered, this is not generally the way I go with this. When you go to a restaurant and somebody tells you their name, do you continue to use their name, or is that weird?
It's not really a thing that happens in Australia, to be honest with you. It's not really, but I mean, it depends on how fancy the restaurant is. I hate to break it to you, but I don't do fancy that often because it makes me a bit uncomfortable. So, and I just didn't grow up with fancy. And now there's a thing. So I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily, I mean, I would say hi and thank you. I'd probably lapse into a little bit of bogan and say, thanks, Dal. Or thanks, sweetheart. But not in a bad, not in a disrespectful way. It wouldn't be creepy or anything. It'd just be thanks, love. Thanks.
Fair enough.
Lovely.
Yeah. I usually, I say ma'am, sir, all that stuff. Kind of stick with that. Just, it's my default. Like, it's automatic. It just kicks in my brain and I can't stop it. Anyway, I digress. I have your waiter.
You were brought up good. You brought up real good.
Oh, no, this is something I adopted later because I found out it actually, one, it helped me because I could never remember people's names. So it seemed like I was just being polite. And then people seemed to respond positively to it. So
well, that's why Australians say mate. That's the universal code for, you seem nice, but I've got no idea what you're called.
My friend Andrew told me that you call your friends mate and then a very different word. Or no. Strangers are mate and your friends are a very different word that we don't generally say over here in the U.S. So.
Well, I don't know I'd say that's a bit more blokey. I wouldn't be doing that.
You're not going to get caught.
I don't know that people that have the thing that word refers to necessarily use it in that way. I'm just saying.
Well, you immediately knew what I was talking about. So
yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Canberra Uni netball team. Can I say that or no?
I'm pretty sure you're allowed to say whatever you want to say, Liz. I'm not going to stop you.
Oh, okay. But that's, how we knew what we were talking about.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Trash talk.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
No, well, the Canberra Uni netball team, the theory goes they were a netball team, who really needed to think about their acronym. They needed to rethink that very well. Because when you put that on the back of a shirt, that's not going well.
Yeah, or like Drag Race. RuPaul always refers to charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. Yeah, they are. It's like, it takes a second. You're like, oh, I see what he's getting at.
Yeah.
Right. So let's actually get to the restaurant part because, Liz, there is so much after that and I need to get to it. I have a feeling that I could just sit here and talk to you. So you're going to have to, your job is to rein me in on this one,
okay.
Not the other way around, okay? So
okay, I can do that.
So we are going to be picking foods that could be from your childhood. It could be something your mom used to make, something grandma made, something you make today, something from your favorite restaurant, your favorite fantasy novel or movie. Like, it doesn't matter. No rhyme, no reason. It only has to make sense to you. Some people stick with a theme. You don't have to stick with a theme, but it's entirely up to you. So let's start at the start. What are you going to have to drink?
Well, before I do that, can I ask you a question? I'm going to be
Absolutely.
the guy. What time of day is it?
What time of day would you like it to be?
Are we going for a fancy lunch or a fancy dinner?
This could be like, like in a casino, how there's no clocks and you have absolutely no concept of what time it is. I mean, it could be some kind of strange void.
But see, if it's a casino then, and I'm half Italian, then I have to eat the seafood. I don't even want to have the seafood, but I have to because it's there and it's free. So that's a whole extra level of complication. So what about if I just cut to the chase and say, if it's summer and it's lunchtime, I will have a nice cold beer, the coldest beer you've got. And if it's not, then I might even have a coffee. I might have a nice coffee.
Well, let's cheat. All right. So pick the atmosphere. What do you want the atmosphere to look like? And then maybe that'll kind of indicate to us. So you're walking into a restaurant. How do you want it to feel?
Oh, just comfy, like a 25 degrees. You know what I mean? Cool enough that I can wear a cardigan, because I love a cardigan, but not hot enough that's not cold enough that's going to, I'm not going to need to put my coat on,
I gotcha. Yeah, for sure. All right. So, I mean, that could be any time of year, really. So that, to me, that smacks of spring or fall. So 50-50, which would you, let's say fall. Fall's kind of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll do, so it's fall. So it's a little bit cooler, not necessarily cold, a little bit cooler. So
no, we like that.
What drink is associated with that for you?
I think now I'd have a nice coffee to start. A nice coffee, not an iced coffee. A nice coffee.
A nice coffee.
Skim cappuccino. Yeah, nice coffee. Not the bad coffees. Oh, it's not. Well, life's too short to drink bad coffee.
Life's too short to drink anything that's bad or eat anything that's bad, for that matter.
Well, it depends. I mean, I was a student for a long time, so I could make a packet of chicken nuggets and a loaf of white bread last a week. If you have to, you cut them in half.
That's talent.
You two can look like this. Yeah, it's not something to be doing forever.
Yeah, I used to subsist off of like 99-cent cheeseburgers on the way to school. Yeah, that was kind of, and I would get as much ketchup as I could, right? Like whatever I can fake and get calories with. Yeah, I remember those days. Yeah. All right, so coffee, skim cappuccino. Am I doing anything with that, or is it?
No, skim cap, beautiful as it comes. Happy days.
Skim cap. I thought you Aussies are supposed to be flat white all the way. Isn't that like your thing?
No, well, see again, I'm half Italian. So I have a cappuccino. I only drink cappuccinos because they remind me of my nonna and my dad. Really?
Okay. Yeah. I dig it. And I already see a theme. We're going to lean on this Italian. So anytime you want to go off script, you just say, "Well, I'm Italian. I'm allowed." I can...
But I'm also half like bits of English, Irish, Welsh, Aussie as well. So I'm a Wogan, I guess. I'm a Wog Bogan. Like we just
Wogan. You're a mutt.
Wogan. Yeah, I am. I'm a total bitzer. But this is also why I'm a bit to this and a bit to that. But that's also why I'm a bit uncomfortable with the idea of a fancy restaurant, because when you say fancy, do you mean somewhere that is actually like expensive and you dress up, or do you mean you just go into the pub on the night when it's not cheap? Like that's a bit fancy.
Well, I mean, this can be fancy, but this is technically the fantasy. So it's
the fantasy.
Yeah, it's whatever you can imagine, whatever you can dream up. Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful.
All right, so we sorted our drink. Now I don't know if you're an appetizer person. I certainly am. So we're hitting that part. What would you like as an appetizer?
What? I don't know that I'm really an appetizer person because you generally have to choose between appetizer and dessert. So
why?
I might...
Why? This is a fantasy. This is how you want to do it, dude.
All right. Well, if there's an appetizer, then let's hit me with like, I don't know. Let's go with like, no, I want a garlic bread maybe, or a bruschetta or something like that.
Okay. There's usually a bread portion. So.
Oh, no. That'll do me.
You're just, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you said a bruschetta?
Bruschetta. Yes, please.
All right. We got a bruschetta. Anything special on it, or just bog standard?
No, just as it comes. Well, I mean, sometimes they do the fancy ones that look like a pizza, a round one. Oh. So you kind of look like you're getting double pizza. That one, please.
Double pizza. That's what I'm going to name it. Liz's double pizza.
I'll
take the Liz double pizza.
Yes, please.
All right. Double pizza. All right. I've got that. All right. So now we are hitting that interstitial period that I usually refer to as the bread/soup/salad portion. So any of that, all of that, I mean, the bruschetta feels like it really fits that bill pretty well. Anyway.
Yeah, that's probably doing all of it. Maybe a side salad, like a token salad. You go token salad, so that you feel that there's something green on the table, you know?
Do you ever get a salad and you feel guilty about not eating it, so you just kind of mess it up so that the waiter thinks you like took a bite or two at least? Like, I'm certainly
No, well, see, I'm the one that does eat the salad thinking that will offset having eaten all the other stuff. Like...
Yeah. Now it just becomes a challenge. It's like I filled up on salad. How do I cram the rest of it in here?
True. Absolutely. And you go like a Caesar salad or something. No, actually, I don't do a Caesar. I like a Greek salad. Like with a good olive in it and, some nice feta and stuff. Try and convince yourself that tomatoes are not just full of sugar as well. It's great.
I'm one of those weird people where when I eat a tomato, it tastes bitter to me. Like I've got that weird mouth chemistry. Yeah, bitter. Peppers taste bitter as well. Like we had this dog who would chew on everything. And so my wife sprayed this no bite spray on stuff. And I happened to walk in the room at the same time. And it's like, like I could taste it. And that's the same sensation I get from eating tomatoes. So I'm not a big fan.
Wow. Well, I
But
guess
if you,
maybe it depends on the tomato you're having.
it's
Because
pretty
some of them, like
universal.
the yellow, oh, okay, the yellowy ones, like if they're not quite ripe, like the yellowy ones, I can kind of get that. They go a bit, you know, technical
Absolutely
terms there.
everything. Although if you cook it, it's not so bad for me. But this isn't about me. This isn't about me. Stop making
It
this
could
about
totally
me,
be
Greg.
about you. No,
Yeah,
I'm
here we
happy.
go.
I'm happy about that.
No. I know I make everything about me. Trust me. I will continue to do this throughout the conversation. So we've sorted that. So I guess we're on to the main dish. So what are you going to
Okay.
use your mains?
I think, depending on how fancy we are, I want a steak, like a good steak, and chips and gravy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, that is what I want.
How are we preparing the steak?
Oh, medium well.
Medium
You know,
well.
enough to not be mooing, but not so overdone that it upsets my husband. He'll be sitting there going, "You can't do that." So,
So medium well for me, I like medium well as well, or I used to like when I would eat steak, but
Mm.
it was always so difficult to get a medium well that was still juicy inside. So I'm going to ensure
exactly.
that it is very juicy. It's
That's
still
perfect. Thank you. And I have to admit, I
delicious.
haven't had a steak in a long time, so I'll trust you.
Yeah, it's been years for me, so I've absolutely forgot about it. So you're doing chips and gravy, so fries and gravy for us Americans. Now, I have eaten poutine. How about yourself? Where you do fries, gravy with cheese curds as well.
No, I've never done that.
All right, that's a very Canadian
No.
thing, which I don't. Now, understanding Americans and how large we tend to be, I don't know how that's not our concoction, how we haven't owned that, and how it hasn't really migrated down here. But like fresh chunks of cheese curds with nice brown gravy right on top of your fries.
Oh.
How could you go wrong, dude?
No. I
Oh.
want the chips. I want like the thick chips.
Yeah.
So they're closer to a wedge almost,
Mhm.
like thick, not little tiny fries, big thick ones. And the gravy's got to have like a mushroom situation to it as well.
Okay.
You know,
Mushroom
Yep.
situation. That's
Yeah,
now what
yeah.
it's going to be called on the menu
the mushroom
from now
situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
on. Oh, that's just what we'll call it. Mushroom situation. That's fries with brown gravy with mushrooms in there. So, mushroom
Thank you.
situation.
That's beautiful. And tar love. That's great. It's going to be lovely.
I'll put a little TM after it on there, and we'll definitely credit you, cite you down in the bottom there. All right,
Thank
so we
you.
got our steak, our thick chips with the mushroom situation. Now, what are you gonna do for sides? I mean, to me, chips feels like the side, but are you gonna do anything else?
No, but we've got the salad there. I'm happy with that. We've got the
Yeah.
bruschetta. I'm happy. I'm good. Yep, I'm good.
All right. Well, let's move right on into the finale. So, what are you doing for dessert? You already mentioned it. I'm always a little afraid somebody's gonna punk out and not get the dessert, but you sound like you're on board. Let's do it.
Oh, no, I'm so on board. I've been thinking about this. I think I want a cannoli. Cannoli with ricotta in the middle.
Cannoli again with the Italian. I see you. Cannoli.
Yeah, I mean, not always. I mean, because the steak and chips is not very, Italian, but a cannoli, a good cannoli is excellent.
I haven't had a good cannoli in a really long time. Describe the sensation of eating a good cannoli. What makes it so good?
It's messy.
Messy for what? Because it's like a crisp shell, right? When you bite it,
Yeah.
it just kind of flattens and
Yeah.
splats everywhere. Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah. So do you scoop it out? Like you can get a spoon and scoop it out. This depends on how fancy you are. This is why they don't take me
Yeah.
to nice places. You get a spoon in, you pull it out, and then it squishes down on itself,
Mhm.
So it's great. Yeah. And I mean, they're not going to just deliver one, are you, Greg?
No, of
you're
course not.
gonna have more than one.
Yeah.
So you perfect your technique over a couple of them. So, and depending on who you're with, if there's different flavors and you cut them in half and then it splatters, so. But I'm a ricotta person. We'd get ricotta. My dad would like chocolate. Mum would say she liked the custard, but she'd have a bit of everything. So, we just, we have a go. The best cannoli I ever saw for my dad's 70th, there's this amazing place here called Mezzapic, which is this Italian patisserie. And it was the only really thing, that my dad would always insist on. And they made like a cannoli cake, which is just a massive cannoli that you put little cannolis inside.
It's like cannoli inception. I get it.
Oh, ridiculous. And what was so funny, my dad's name was Tony. And so, we wanted to get Happy Birthday Tony on it. I mean, They didn't need to do that special. Happy birthday, Tony. They had them waiting to go. You know?
Just pull that out of the box. Pull the
one's fine. Happy birthday, Tony. Happy birthday, Dominic. You know, and they're all ready to go.
Oh man! All right, so I know it's for me. I kind of eat stuff weird sometimes. So like a cannoli, that's a danger item. So what I would do is I would mush it up a little bit and then scoop it. Because like when you got this big mustache, I don't want to wear that the rest of the day. Although I mean, smelling a cannoli might not be too bad, right? But like if I'm going in for hot wings. Yeah, man. It's like you gotta be really careful. I don't want to smell that all day. It's tricky. And I remember before you were talking about when your mustache fills out. These are just tips for you in the future.
Oh, so thank you. No, I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. That's good to know. Yeah. Give it time. All
right, well, let me read the menu back. Make sure I didn't screw anything up. I hate having the kitchen blamed for my mess up here.
Thanks, Dal. I appreciate it. And this is what I've gone full bogan now. I'm just calling you Dal. Is that okay? That's not on the right side of sexual harassment? Like, no, I don't mean in a bad way.
Absolutely not. No. I'm equal opportunity. Call me whatever you like. So we're going to start out. All right, so atmosphere. Picture it. It's kind of nice mood lighting, right? I'm picturing like leather booths, you know, kind of maybe speakeasy style a little bit, and it's comfy weather. And we're going to start with a nice cappuccino, skim cappuccino, right?
Yep.
We're going to do next bruschetta. We're going to do the double pizza style.
Yeah.
And then we're going side salad, just a simple Greek salad, some olive oil, a little bit of cheese sprinkled on top. Next, we're going to be doing a steak, medium well. Make sure it's juicy. Are you like the kind of person that likes rock salt kind of crusted on the outside or not?
No, don't need it. Thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And then we're going to do, we're going to have a mushroom situation, which, as everyone knows, that's thick cut chips with brown gravy with mushrooms.
Yep.
And then we're going to have a cannoli from Mezzapic, right?
Yes.
Ricotta.
That's it. Beautiful.
Excellent. Are we closing with a coffee? I know we opened one. I didn't know which one.
I think I'd probably go a drink by then. I might have like a glass of, well, depending on who I'm with. I tend to drink what I'm with, who I'm with. So I don't know. If it's with my husband, maybe we have a whiskey or something. Or I mean, I don't know if it's the closing for the night, Greg, and you want to join us for a little, you know, whatever's on the house, Frangelico or something. I don't know. Sneaky vodka. I don't know. Depends on where we have to go.
Maybe a prosecco, some bubbles with your cannoli.
Oh yeah, we could do that. Yeah, that'd be nice.
There you go. Okay,
let's do that. Yeah,
I'll do that.
You are fancy, aren't you? I like it.
Well, it's Italian, right? So I'm trying to stick with the theme. You know, that's all. All right.
Very nice.
So, does this sound all correct? Sound good?
That's perfect. Thanks, Dal. 100%.
Thank you for joining me in the Fantasy Restaurant today.
Thank you. That was delightful. I'll tell all my friends.